color kids, this is Katie Carty Hiley from RainbowBrite.net. Welcome back to the Rainbow Land Museum. And I've got a merch haul to do today, and I think I can do it all in one. One thing or group of things is going to take a little longer to talk about. It's like, I think I could do an entire video about, but I want to show off a few, very few other things I still have over here that I have not shown you yet, so that I can actually start putting some of this away. That would just make my life much easier and less stressed, and just, it's so much stuff. Y'all can see little cardboard sticking out down here. It's a lot of stuff that needs to go somewhere. So once I go through this with y'all, I can start doing that. Isn't that going to be exciting? And then I can do like more pictures and show you how the Rainbow Land Museum has evolved over the last while. So let's dive in so that I don't make this like a 2-hour video. You know what, let me show you the smaller stuff first, and then we'll get to the good stuff. Not that this isn't good stuff, but it's just not as exciting, as what I'm going to show you momentarily. Got some tissue paper on them for protection. That's nice. So this, yeah, I don't know how I've gone this long without having one of these. Rainbow Brite Magic Slate Paper Saver. I love that they called it a paper saver. What is it like? I don't know. See, there's like a cutout back here. I don't know what that's for. Because you just lift this up to reset it. Have you ever seen one of these before? If you haven't, there, I just reset it. Oh no, oh no. Does that slide out? Yes, this slides out. Oh, I think. I'm trying to do this out without hurting it. Here we go. So this is, I don't know what, it's like carbon paper, I guess. But there's 2 layers. So there's the black carbon, there's that, whatever that is, and then this. This is, last one was just like clear plastic, yeah. The one in between is kind of, it's not clear. Whatever. I'm sure some of you out there, if I asked my husband, he would give me like an entire lecture on how this works. In the best way possible. I don't mean that as a negative. He teaches me science all the time. Okay, but if you've never had one of these, because I did it as a kid, it wasn't Rainbow Brite themed, I don't believe, but I at least had a magic slate at some point. And what you do is you can draw on it. I'm not putting very much pressure on here because I'm scared of hurting it. Okay, there's my really bad version of a rainbow. And then you just pull it up and it goes away. And you can start over. So I'm going to write, oh yeah, it works a lot better if you actually like pay attention and bear down. Katie loves rainbow. Plastic is sticking to my hand. Right. There you go. Katie loves Rainbow Brite. Obviously. And then, gone. It's magic. That's why it's called a magic slate. But, I mean, it could be a paper saver. It's kind of like the old slates they used back in the day. It was like miniature chalkboards. If you've ever seen the Anne of Green Gables TV movie series, whatever, miniseries, you know, the slate she breaks over Gilbert Blythe's head. Yeah, that's what they used to use in schools back in the day. They didn't have a bunch of paper for kids to just willy-nilly use. So they'd use reusable things that you could just erase and then use again. So that's what this is. And it's not like people ever use these in school in our day. You know, in the 80s, we were using paper. We weren't turning in assignments on these. I mean, probably would have been better for the environment if we had. Maybe they should bring these back. But now everything's digital. But okay, this is produced by Golden, Western Publishing Company, Wisconsin. Golden Design and Magic. Golden. Oh, I see. Golden and Design and Magic Slate. Okay, both of those, I guess, are U.S. trademarks of Western Publishing Company. Got it. Snip and Store. I don't know why it says Snip and Store where this little pencil thing is. I don't want to snip that out because you'd lose it. I feel like the one that I had as a kid either had just a thing like this that you stuck it in or something on the side, but there was a way that you wouldn't lose this little, because you wouldn't want to use like an actual pen or something. Like I think that would damage it. Well, it wouldn't erase, you know. Like a pencil, I probably wouldn't leave a mark on it, but it'd be sharper than what, cause that's a pretty dull point. Cause yeah, otherwise you're just gonna damage the plastic. And I'm going on way too long about this, but I just love it. And there's the artwork at the top. This was 99 cents back in the day. Love it so much. That's interesting. It says, do not store at temperature of 100 degrees Fahrenheit or above. I wonder what happens when it gets too hot. I mean, it's carbon, so it might, like, combust. This thing might catch fire, so don't put them in your hot attics, okay? Okay, let's move on. Now that I spent way more time talking about that than I thought I would. This might end up being 2 episodes or videos after all. No, let's not do that. Okay. This one isn't nothing to really say about it other than yay, I'm glad I finally have it. Oh, they even put it in like this thick plastic to keep it nice and straight. Thank you, person I bought this from. I think both of these were from eBay, if I remember correctly. Aw, they even included, that's adorable. Okay, so this, and okay, I got this back in, I don't know, but it was well before Valentine's Day, and I meant to scan it for Valentine's Day this year, and did I? No, I completely forgot. It's been a crazy year, even before all the pandemic stuff started. But yeah, this huge Valentine card, or I don't even know if that it's meant to be a card. Like, there's all this perforation I can still see around this. So this obviously came on something else. And there's a little hole at the top. And it could just be somebody put a hole in it. It may not have come with a hole in it. Yeah, that actually looks like it was done later, like just with a thumbtack or something. And there's, this was clearly like taped to something at some point, like a door or a bulletin board or something, I don't know. But anyway, it's adorable. I just love this design, and it's huge. It's so big. Again, by the size of my head. That's how I measure things in these videos. But it's a good, I don't know, it's like foot tall or so. I'm not going to get my measuring tape out because it doesn't matter that much. But it's big, and I love it. And there's another big one that I think might be bigger than this that I'm still on the lookout for. I probably have a picture of it somewhere. If I can find it, I'll stick it right here. But that one I don't have yet, but this one I do. So yay! I will definitely put that on the docket for scanning. Hopefully I'll get to it soon. I'm so behind on scanning, y'all, because with everything else in here, so behind. They also included one of the old school Valentine's Day cards. So one of these cards is like where the design, I'm sorry, not this shirt. The love shirt came from one of these cards. Not this one. This is a different design altogether. But it was one of these designs that came from. So yay! Those were just fun little things I found on eBay for not very much money. And I was like, yes, I will add those to my collection. Thank you very much. Now this is something that is pretty darn cool. And I got it off of Instagram. Trying to get the plastic off. Oops, I forgot to turn my sounds off. Sorry, y'all. If that keeps happening, I will turn it off. Okay, so the woman who designed the Moonglow doll, her name is Stephanie Iskender. I think I'm saying that correctly. And she's been very active on Instagram lately. She came on, I guess last year, this was, talking about her experience designing Moonglow and other dolls back in the 80s. So she decided to write a book, and she did, and it's adorable. I, was just pulling it out of the plastic, so I haven't actually read it yet. It's been in this pile over here of things I wanted to show y'all. Here, I'll read what's on the back real quick, give you an idea. Stephanie Iskander has been designing toys and dolls for over 35 years, and a career that has spanned the decades from the 1980s to the present time. She has designed and developed toys that have been enjoyed by children all over the world. Cabbage Patch Kids, Popples, WWF Wrestling Buddies, Rainbow Brite, Winnie the Pooh, Gem, and so many others. But much of her work has been unseen and unproduced, as is typical of an industry where competition is fierce and trade secrets need to stay secret. This book contains some of her favorite stories. And the picture on the back is of her with Moonglow. So, I know she's done a lot of work. I think she did some stuff for Moon Dreamers as well. See, now I want to just sit here and read this, but I'm not. Ooh, but I saw a picture of Moonglow. Oh, she has a display cabinet. And Moonglow is, front and center here. See her? That makes me so happy. Oh my gosh. Y'all, this is really cool. This has, drawings of a lot of oh my god. This is cool. So it's not just pictures of toys. It's the design work that went into producing the toys. Because she's not just a doll maker, she's an artist. She drew, let me see if I can find Moonglow. We can at least maybe show you that part. Although I want y'all to totally support her and buy this book. It wasn't expensive. She's not charging a ton of money. Yeah, there's the Moon Dreamers. Moonglow must be at the very front. Oh, there she is. There she is. Is there anything else before that? Okay. The first page is a toy story talking about how she got into toys. And the second page, the very first thing that she's proud of and wanting to talk about is Moonglow. I'm so proud. Oh my god. And I don't know that I've talked about this on a video. Maybe? I don't remember when we found this out. On Instagram, there's still cat hair on my lip gloss. Okay, I think I finally got the last one. Her original design of Moonglow, which she has shared online, but I'll show it to you here, was supposed to have white hair. Because, moon, light, glowy thing. I mean, it makes sense to me. But the people at Mattel, I think it was Mattel, not Hallmark, it probably says in here, somewhere, someone told her that made the doll look old, like a grandma, because it had white hair. And I'm like, kids aren't morons. Look at the chibi little face. If they see a child's face with white hair, they're not going to think it's a grandma. So that's faulty reasoning. Boo. Bad. But, the end product, obviously, the Moonglow we all know and love, is adorable. And I do love pink hair. So I can't be mad that it turned out pink. But at the same time, we already had tickled pink. So white would have been just cool. It would have been different. Yeah. It was just underrepresented in the series. So, yeah. But there's the marketing, some of the prototype image of Stormy over here that had her Moonglow beside it. So, yeah, there's a whole page about Moonglow and talks about her only being released in Germany. Yeah. I want to read all this. That would take way too long. Y'all just need to find her on Instagram. Her Instagram name is Steph Designs Toys, and it's Steph spelled S-T-E-F, not P-H. So S-T-E-F Designs Toys, all one word. Look her up. Well, here it's got two accounts, Steph Designs Toys and there's Steph Designs. So both of those apparently will work. But, and she's even got a website, Stephanie Iskander Design. Okay. So it's Stephanie with an F and an I-E. Are there any Stephanies with a Y? I guess not. Yeah, Stephanie Iskander design.com. So check her out. She's adorable, then and now. I mean, this was her then, this is her now. Love her. I would love to just spend a day talking toys with her. Like, she seems like the coolest person. And I'm really, really glad that I got this book. Oh yeah, and it's signed. I forgot. I got a signed copy. That makes it even better. Oh my god. I can't remember if they're all signed or if she was doing like a special thing at first, like the first several, I don't know, the first 100 copies or something that sold got signed. I forget. But I just, yay! Somehow I'd forgotten that over the last several months. It may have been a year ago. I don't even know anymore. I have lost all track of time as to when I got this stuff. Like, is this? Let me see if this is the package it came in. Yeah, is there a date on it? July of last year. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. But hey, I finally got to it. Let me put her card in the book so I don't lose it. But those, yeah. So see, like, not unimportant things at all, but just, I didn't think they would take that much time. Let me put them back over there so they don't fall off. But now it's, I'm 16 minutes in already? Oh my god. I know, Whispers. I'm horrible at time management. Well, I don't know if there's anything else I can put in this video. I think the only other thing I have is the special thing, and I want to be able to talk about that. Yeah, okay. She's telling me to go ahead, so let's do this. Let's do this thing. Okay. So I ended on something that came from Instagram, picked back up on something else that came from Instagram, all the way from Australia. So this is going to be really fun. This has to do, well, there's two things, but they're both really cool. But the cooler of the two, sample dolls, you guys. Okay, so I don't know how long it's been since I've shown you the sample dolls I already had. So I'll show them to you again real quick, just so I can give you a recap. So this guy, this is a beanie, what do you call it? I don't know. Just beanie, twink, plushie. Hear that? Yeah, he's got beans in his butt. He sits up real good because, you know, he's heavy. He's butt heavy. So, and all of these are from the 2003-2004 line from Toy Play. So this guy, he has a regular tag. So he doesn't have a sample tag or anything on his tag that says sample. But he never had a hand tag. This guy was actually sent to me directly from Hallmark. So you could say he's a sample, or you could say he's just an early production model. I don't know, that never went to stores. Call it what you will. I'm just lumping him in with samples because he never went through a store. He just came directly to me from Hallmark. So to me, sample. Close enough. These guys, I did find out, I don't know, a year or two ago, that they were sold in Canada. We just never got them here in the US. We did get another version of Twink that looks just like this, but it's not a beanie one. It's just plush. But this, and there's a little beanie Rainbow Brite that I've shown to y'all before, don't know when, found out that they actually did sell them in Canada, just not the US. But I have him, and he's special to me because they were so nice to send me him back in the day, and it's just always like a special memory I'm always going to have of him. So anyway, next sample doll I got was this girl. And I know I've shown her off, but it's been a little while, so real quick refresher. This one, I think it was in the US. It might have been in Canada. It was definitely in North America, but one of those. But she's not in the greatest condition. She was clearly played with. I don't know how she got to the person she got to or why. I don't even think they knew where she came from. But the way I know she's a sample is her tag actually says sample. Let me just read it off. It's TRI-S Manufacturing China Limited, sample made in Hong Kong. And it says that on both sides of her tag. And that's the only tag she has. Nothing else on her back or anywhere else. And yeah, she's got the same 1983 Hallmark cards, ink, made in China. But we know she's from the 2003 line. She's not from the 80s. So another reason I know she is a sample, and I should have brought the other one in here for comparison. I'm sure I did that in the other video though. So if you can find it, great. Then you can see them side by side. But her eyes are hand painted. The one that actually was sold, and maybe I can find a picture. Here, I'll just hold her still for a second and put a picture beside her so you can see the difference in their eyes. Because the one in production just is like very dark black eyes. Or it's just black around and brown in the middle. There's no whites around it, I don't think. But her eyes, I mean, first of all, hand painted, very easy to tell because if you hold her to the side and see like how the light glares off of it, whatever you want to call it, you can see like brush strokes. Like it's very obvious and very cool, and I love her so much for that. And I also love her eyes so much more than the actual one that went into production. Like, I get that this is more complicated. They went with the simpler version. It was probably just cheaper. It always comes down to what's cheaper in the end. But she's so much cuter with these eyes. I mean, come on. So, those were, until very recently, my only sample dolls. But I had known that a few others existed for a few years, I think. I meant to look back and see when this conversation started with the person that I got these next ones from. Oh god, where did I have these? Oh, they were on top of the trying to figure out where to set them to get them out of the way. And also remind me to put them back where they go. No, I know, Wisp. You'll remind me too. Thank you. That's very helpful. But these, and for these, I did bring over, I did remember to bring over the comparable, non-sample versions that are similar. Hi, baby love. I know you were such a good girl and you're being so patient. I know. You just want to be in the middle of everything. So these two are similar, but ow. Hair, honey, hair. That really hurts. Okay, fine. I just won't lean forward. I'm stuck. Worth it. She's adorable. Yeah, this one's the same size. Okay. So one of them is just different. Same size, same way they're made as far as like they're both plushies. There's no beanies going on here. But still very different. And then the other one's completely different size and different. So let me show you first the ones that went into production that anybody could buy, at least in the US. I'm thinking these were also in Canada as well. I think they got all the same characters we did. This one still got the Hot Topic tag on it. So these are the IQ sprites from the 2003-2004 line. They never made big ones of these. They only made big ones of the four main, like the Twink, Canary Yellow, Romeo, or not Canary, Twink, Spark, Romeo, and Lucky, yeah. That went with the four color kids or characters that they made big versions of, because those are the only ones they did, and it never went any further, and I'm still a little bitter about that. But at least we got some sprites of different colors. So if they had made a Shy Violet, these would have, gone along, we would have gotten a bigger version of them, but also these would have gone along with her. So this little one has the little hang tie thing, whatever you call that. It can hang on things. And this one does not. I mean, it has a little plastic thing where it was just on a thing in the store hanging there for you to buy it. But you're supposed to cut that off. I just don't, because I like to leave things, as close to original and perfection as I can. Even though these have a little bit of, like, there's a little nose rub there. Some of that's just dust. A couple of chin rubs over here. That's probably just from moving so many stinking times. And actually, this one I think I bought myself. Or no, I guess it was this one. So it's got the tag. Okay, I'm pretty sure this one I bought in the store. But this one I think I had bought from someone else online. Did I get this from you, Kat? I feel like I bought this from my friend Kat. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I think I got this from Kat. Either way, I love it. Love both of them. They're adorable. But the samples from Australia are this one and this one. That's even bigger. So, okay, recap. The difference between these two, well, differences, there are several. Same size, same plushiness, whatever. This was actually a little flatter, but that may just be from storage, I don't know. But look at the legs, look at the arms, look at the nose. Oh my god. I like this one so much better. I never understood why they went with the muted pastel colors on these guys back then. Yeah, it goes with the color scheme, but this is what we're used to. This is what we grew up with. Like, rainbow legs all the way. I mean, technically she should have orange arms, because the girl sprites did, but I'm okay with red. It's fine. And don't they have different color stars on their head too? She should have red stars, but I'm not gonna complain. I don't care that. I just love that they even conceived of making this look like this. I wish they had gone with this, but again, I'm sure it was down to cost. I mean, they look the same, like, as far as hard to make, but I just don't know. I don't know anything about manufacturing anything. So, I can't speak for why they made this decision, but I love this one so much. The face is even a slightly darker purple, I think. I don't think it's just because the nose is a different color that it makes it look that way. I really think it is. And also this one, the eyes are slightly different, and I don't think they're hand painted. Like, I don't see any brush strokes or shine or, yeah, something like that. But it's just there's more white. And like, these are kind of shiny, and these are like matte. So I don't know why that's different. It just is. This one has the red nose, and this one's just yellow. It's just, I don't know. I love this. I love this so much. And, oh, right. The reason I know it's a sample, and the reason I showed you that canary yellow doll is because it has the exact same sample tag. That Tri-S Manufacturing China Limited sample, made in Hong Kong, on both sides. And yeah, it's got the red rump underneath those legs. It's just, it's wonderful. And then there's this size, which they've never made sprites this size. Like, this is the only one I know of in existence. Like, I'm sure there's other samples, because, real quick distinction between a sample and a prototype. Prototypes are like hand sewn. There's like one, maybe two or three just for like taking photos of, like they did with the original Stormy or Stormies. You know, she was photographed, put on packaging, put in catalogs because they thought they were going to sell her, and then they didn't. So they're a lot more rare. But samples, they will make a few of. I don't know how many, but they'll make several and show them off, I'm assuming, to like the company who ordered them. So maybe these came from Hallmark, or to toy companies who are thinking of selling them. I'm not exactly sure how the sample doll thing goes, like what the point is, where they go, where they end up, and how these ended up in Australia. Like the person I bought them from, so this was Mishbish, I think that's how you say the name, on Instagram. It's MISH_BICH. And we had a conversation about these years ago when she first posted images of them on her Instagram. And at the time, they were not for sale. She had gotten them from a friend, and they were special to her. And it's not like they weren't special to her anymore, but she had gotten to the point where she was okay with selling them. And I was so very happy that she contacted me, because she knew that I would 100% want to add these to the museum. Where was I even going? I don't know. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, how they ended up in Australia, who knows? But this one also has the same sample tag. I don't know if you can even read that because this camera is a little crazy. But yeah. So, but same thing. It's got the rainbow legs, the red arms, the red nose. It's adorable. It's adorable. And I don't I know. I forgot to bring in a regular Sprite to hold beside this to see the size difference. Oh, I always forget something. I at least remember to bring in Canary Yellow and the little twink, but did I think to grab a regular old Sprite? No. So I'm going to measure real quick how tall this one is. From the tip of the star to the bottom of the foot, about 9.5 inches. So yeah. And these guys are only just a little over 7. Well, yeah, maybe 7.5. So yeah, it's a good 2-inch difference. And the ones from the 80s are like 12 inches. So I don't know. I don't know why. Like, maybe they were thinking of doing it this size instead of this size. And then we're just like, well, it'll be easier to put these in stores. It won't take up as much space on a rack. I don't know. No idea. No idea. And I don't know why they would do a sample with this color either, because if they were doing samples for like the Sprites that were going to come with the larger dolls, they'd be bigger than this. I don't know. But hang on. My thing's about to run out, I think, and I don't want it to cut off on me at a random spot, so I'm going to do it for it. Hang on. Okay. Sorry. Rambling. But yeah, I have no idea why they made her in this size, but I love her. Whatever gender y'all want it to be, I don't care. I just love these so much, and I'm so glad to have more samples to add to my collection. So thank you so much. So much. I love them. I love them. So let me put these back down because I have one more thing to show you from I don't know how to say your username without it sounding like a curse word. I think it's Mishbish, but it could be pronounced another way. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to show you the other thing. So this is not a sample or a prototype, but it is rare because it came from Japan. Honey, I know you want to be in the... No, definitely not around a fleece blanket. Sorry. Cat hair and fleece do not go well together. Or I should say the opposite. They go too well together. Because then you never get the cat hair off. It's already on here and I didn't even put it near you. So this is some rando, strange, small fleece blanket from Japan. Well, let me find the tag. Where is it? Because there's a reason we know it's from Japan. There it is. There's the regular orange tag. So again, this is like the same era, the mid-2000s. Got that orange tag, but on top of it, it's got this other tag that is all in Japanese. Or wait, is that the side that's in? Well, that says made in China, although there is Japanese text around it, but then the other side of it is, oh goodness, come here, is, yeah, all Japanese. I have no idea what it says. I'm sure it's care instructions and like what it's made of and don't, set it on fire. I don't know, whatever. But, okay, so it's a fleece blanket, but it's not big enough to be like a proper blanket. It's just, I don't know. It's weird. And okay, it's also got these little snaps. So there's an innie, I guess, over here on this side. And then there's, well, you have to flip it over. The outie is on the other side of this corner. Like, if they were both on the same side, I could see you, like, wrapping it around and snapping it, but you'd have to kind of twist it to do that? I'm not sure. I think that the same Instagram user posted a picture of this around the same time they were posting pictures of these prototypes. I mean, not prototypes, samples, like, few years ago, and me and Renee from RainbowBrite.co were like geeking out over it and trying to figure out what they were, and they were speculating it was some kind of like shoulder blanket. I never quite understood from the conversation how you were supposed to wear this, if it's supposed to be a clothing item of sorts. But whatever the case, it's so cute. It's got this little Sprite thing just sewn on there. I don't know why. But why not, It's just random is what it is, but it's so cute. But it could totally be a baby blanket. I mean, these snaps are plastic. They're not going to hurt a baby or anything. So this could totally be like a little play mat you put out on the floor. That's not what's going to be happening with this one. It's going in my collection and never being disturbed by a child or anyone else. But I love it. It's just so unique. And once again, just goes to show the really cool, unique stuff that Japan has released over the last 20 years that we know very little about. I mean, it makes more sense for this to show up in Australia since Japan is at least on the same side of the world as Australia. So yeah, maybe that's how it got down there, but that stuff never shows up around here. I can tell you that. Or if it does, it's just, yeah, somebody got it while they were visiting there or from a friend. And then, but I can't remember the last time I saw anything Japanese Rainbow Brite show up on American eBay. If I've ever seen that. I mean, maybe recently with that new stationery that came out last year. Maybe. But I'm not even sure a lot of people were able to get their hands on that. It was a little tricky to order that stuff. But, okay, yeah, I guess that is everything. And this did go a little long. I'm sorry. But it could have been worse. But I'm thrilled to add these really unique, cool items to the museum. I'll have to find a special spot for them. Especially to like different, I mean, or maybe I'll put them right beside so you can see the difference. I don't know. I feel like I should have a little sample corner. Now that I've got more than two, I may do that. I gotta figure that out. And now that, you know, I can put all this stuff away or somewhere, wherever away ends up being, maybe I can have a little cubby hole just for sample dolls. We'll see. I'll figure it out. Yeah. You think I forgot something? I really hope not. Because I really want to put this stuff away. Super bad. There is another thing down here that I haven't shown y'all, but there's a reason. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was at the time. It's a Baby Brite doll. I think I was going to do a Baby Brite variation discussion, and I got the doll, and I mean, I had Baby Brite, but I got a boxed one, and I was gonna do a whole thing, and I forgot what I was gonna talk about. So I have to go look at all my Baby Brites again and try to remember what I was gonna say. Ow, you're on my hair again. That's okay. I love you too. But I do think that is everything that I have and have gotten any time in the last year. I think we finally got through it, you guys. Round of applause! Round of applause for everyone! And thank y'all for sticking with me through all of this. Because it's been a lot of videos. Yeah, and a lot of stuff. And I just ordered, didn't I just order? I did. I just bought something else on eBay. Oh my goodness. It's a little thing, but still. So I'm still gonna have Honey, the hair. That really hurts. You're gonna either pull it out of my skull. Oh, yep. I just felt one break. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so I'm gonna have that, and I will get that other Truffle Shuffle sweater probably pretty soon, honestly. I'll order that. I think they're having a sale right now, so I might as well. And then get another, maybe not 5, but at least one more of these so I can wear it out and about and not have to worry about it. Because this one I'll just keep pristine in my closet. Yes, yes, it will stay perfect forever, forever. I mean, she's always very cuddly, but she's being especially cuddly right now. I love you too. Yes, I do. She's purring so loud. Oh, you're a good girl, Wiz. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay, I'm gonna stop petting my kitty, and I'm going to end this video. But I do want to just say, what are you doing? Oh, I see. That was just her way to get in my lap. Fine. Fine. You can stay in my lap now. Yeah. While this video is already long, you can cut it off now if you want. I just do want to say to everyone out there, please do be staying at home. That was not grammatically correct. Please continue staying at home. Or if you're not staying at home, please start staying at home, because it's scary out there, you guys, and we need to keep the hospital beds open for those who need it. So don't needlessly expose yourself, and especially do not bring home germs if you're around either small children or the elderly. I mean, I actually think it's like anybody above 60 is higher risk. So that's like my parents' age. Probably a lot of yours too. So, especially if they're smokers, like they're at much higher risk, or anyone who has respiratory illnesses in their past, or just like asthma, or there's so many factors that just are, if you have like diabetes, like pre-existing conditions can make you more susceptible, or maybe not more susceptible to getting it, but for having complications from it. So just don't, because people are dying. They're literally dying because of this virus. I'm not trying to be a downer right now. I'm just trying to like make everybody take this seriously. Because like, thankfully, I don't know of anyone who's got, well, I do know one person who has it actually currently. But I don't think she's, young overall, but pretty healthy. So I think she's going to be just fine. But I don't want any of my color kids getting this virus if you can help it. And I certainly don't want to lose any of you or your loved ones to this virus. Okay? So please be safe. Please keep washing your hands all the time. I mean, if you're just in your house touching your own stuff, you're fine. But if you go outdoors, you shouldn't touch anything outdoors if you can help it. But if you do, wash your hands. Like, when I go to pick up my prescriptions now, I wear gloves. I go to the drive-up window thing. I have my own credit card ready. So I put the credit card on the thing with my gloves on. They give it back to me. I take it, I stick it in a bag. Like, I have plastic bags, like, ready on my passenger side seat. And then get my prescription bag out, and I dump that in the bag too. Then I take the gloves off, put those in the bag, and then I don't touch them at all. So there's like no actual skin contact between me and those items through that transaction. And then when I get home, I get the bags out, like grabbing the bottoms of them, not the tops where stuff went into them. I like grab them by the side or the bottom, and I just shove them in a corner or in the garage or anywhere that I'm not going to touch them for a couple of days. Because like I said, germs don't survive long on paper, but long enough. So just don't put yourself at risk if there's any possible way that you can avoid it. If you've got enough food at home, even if it's not the food that's your favorite food, if it's something you can eat and it will sustain you for a little while, eat it. Like, your pantry probably needs cleaning out anyway. Your fridge probably needs cleaning out. Your freezer probably needs cleaning out. Just eat all the stuff that you've been avoiding eating for a while because you were like, oh, but I would rather eat blah, blah, blah. Just don't go to the store unless you absolutely have to. And even if you buy stuff at the store, do the same thing. Like, if it's something cold that needs to go in the fridge or the freezer, wash it first, and then wash your hands. And anything else that doesn't need to go in a refrigerator, put it in the garage or put it in another room, like put it somewhere where you're not going to touch it for a couple of days. Wash your hands again, and then don't touch it until, a day or two have gone by. I really want you guys to take every precaution for your sake, for everyone's sake, because it's not just you, it's everyone that you interact with that is in danger. So, yeah. Anyway, I think it's the end of my lecture. Sorry, getting up on my little soapbox. Even though I have no personal experience with anyone dying from it or getting severely ill from it, I still am just worried about the world at large. And like, we're gonna recover from this. Like, we're not gonna be in quarantine forever. The economy will bounce back. I'm not worried about those things. And, if nothing else, this is forcing us to do things a little differently for a little while. Some good things can come from this. Like, we've been doing, like, chats on this podcast I'm on for Harry Potter. We've been doing some extra bonus chats just to socialize. I mean, online, obviously, over Skype, but still, you just find some friends to talk to. Even if they're online friends that you've never met in person, doesn't matter. Get on Skype with them. Get on Zoom, do a whole family hangout thing, like, whatever it takes for you to get social interaction you need and not feel completely isolated and alone and lonely and depressed. Like, I don't want y'all feeling like that. But, like, just take precautions. Just do it online. Talk to people that way or on the phone. You know, God forbid we pick up a phone and actually talk on it, but that's still a thing. Your phone does have that functionality. It's not just for playing games and browsing the internet. So pick up the phone and call somebody you haven't called in a while. Call your grandma. You know, check up on people that need checking up on, that don't have someone living with them, or just people that you're worried about. And like, give all the love to the people you know that work in the medical profession, because they are all on the front lines right now and doing all the work, all the amazing work, and putting themselves at risk for the good of everyone. So give them an extra hug after this is all over, and give them a lot of heart emojis in the meantime. So I think that's all I had to say. I needed to get that out. I know I've been sharing some photos or pictures over on social media. If you haven't seen them, you actually should check them out. They're really cute. Vincent, aka Color Week Boy, the one who's been helping me with the translations from my Patreon, is also a very good artist. And so he made some new drawings of like Lala Orange washing her hands with soap and water. Because, hey, soap and water, better than hand sanitizer. Look it up if you don't believe me, but it's true. There's a picture of Shy Violet with like a sign saying a Rainbow Day celebration canceled or something. Buddy Blue covering his mouth and nose while he sneezes or coughs or something. So they're like appropriate for what's going on. And I've been trying to kind of convey in a friendly manner, like, hey, if you're feeling bad, be sure to cover up your mouth and nose and don't interact with other people. And follow these links to see if you actually need to go to the doctor or not. Because unless you're at high risk, you should just stay home and ride it out like you would any cold or flu. Because there's not a pill that they can give you to make it go away. There's no treatment. I mean, for the people who have complications, respiratory, whatever, they do their best. But like I said, people are dying. And fun fact, if one of your loved ones ends up in the hospital, you will not be able to visit them. They're isolated for a reason, so you don't give to anyone else. But if your loved one ends up in the hospital and they pass away because of this virus, you will not get a chance to say goodbye in person. Like, hopefully they would have a phone or a tablet. You can Skype with them, but that is not the same thing as holding someone's hand. Okay, keep that in mind when you think about doing something stupid, like hanging out with someone who you know has been just touching all the things and not washing their hands and not being responsible. Just please keep that in the front of your brain. Like, would I be happy if my loved one ended up in the hospital and I couldn't say goodbye to them? No. So yeah, nobody's going to be happy in that situation. Let's just, for everyone's sake, just try to keep calm, stay rainbow, do all the things you've been putting off doing if you're stuck at your house. Like, personally, it hasn't affected me because I'm always in my house, pretty much. I've been taking less walks for some reason than normal. But that's just because I'm used to it. And my husband's been working from home for a while now, so he was already used to it. So we're good. But, people with children, they're having to do daycare and work from home at the same time a lot of the time. And oh my God, I can't even imagine y'all that are doing that. Like, whew, y'all are superheroes right now, okay? But you're doing the right thing. You are keeping your family safe. Like, I know your kids are probably screaming and grumpy and want to go to the park or doing this and that, but if you're keeping them home and you're keeping them grumpy, you're doing the right thing. I'm not saying to make them grumpy on purpose. You know what I mean. Like, limiting TV, like, forget about it right now. The TV can be their babysitter. Nobody's going to judge you. Put on some Rainbow Brite. Put on some whatever makes them happy. And just write it out best you can. I know y'all are all doing your best. And people with kids who are like school age and they're missing classes and they're having to like try to do all of that online, and you're trying to teach them stuff that you haven't thought about in 30 years. Like, I feel you. I wouldn't know the first thing about teaching a kid like 4th grade math. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing in 4th grade, but whatever. It's probably stuff I've forgotten how to do. Anyway, just saying, I'm appreciative of all of you who are doing the right thing and keeping this virus from spreading as much as possible. And I am really hopeful that things will get better. Hopefully sooner than later. I don't know how long it's going to take. Nobody knows. But I really am hopeful that it won't be that much longer. And even if it is, like, we're going to be okay. All of us. We're going to be okay. And if y'all want me to come back on here and just talk about nothing or anything, let me know. I'll read some Rainbow Brite books to you if that will make you feel better. Like, anything I can do to help the community, because I can't physically go out in the community and do things. But for the online community, especially my Rainbow Brite buddies, I almost called y'all babies. What am I talking about? You're my age. My Rainbow Brite buddies, I'll do it. I'm happy to ease the burden. And, like, if your kids like watching me, like, tell me that, and I'll, like, do some shout outs for some kids. Like, just tell me their first name or something, or a nickname. And maybe I'll read a book and dedicate it to those kids, and they'll like it. I don't know. Y'all tell me what kids like. I don't have kids. I'm just going from, like, what I think kids like. But yeah, so I'll be around. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here in my house trying to stay sane. No, I'm kidding. I'm always busy. Like, I am not one of those that I'm bored because I'm home all the time. I am home all the time and I'm never bored because I'm always working on something. If it's not Rainbow Brite videos like this one, it's, stuff for the Aloha More podcast or for MuggleNet. So I'm always doing something. Or watching amazing shows like Picard. Are y'all watching Picard? If y'all are Star Trek fans, you gotta watch Picard. It was so good. So good. Watching so many Netflix shows. We just started rewatching How I Met Your Mother, because that show is so full of laughter, and that's the best medicine right now. So pick something like that you already know you love if you just want to rewatch something. I'm just throwing out ideas. I don't know. Y'all give me some ideas too, but nothing that needs a lot of energy because I don't have it. But I'll try to put up, I already plan to put up some, I already have some coloring pages on my website, but I've also got line drawings of the art that Vincent has been doing, so I'm going to put that up for you guys to color with your kids or just for yourself. You're never too old to color. Legit. Color. If that makes you happy, color. Get out some of your Rainbow Brite puzzles. Put them together. Whatever's going to make you happy. Do it. I really am rambling now. But this is more, a friend of mine called it, and I like this. It's not social distancing. I mean, it is. But it's also distance socializing. Or distant socializing. I don't remember. Whatever. It can be the reverse as well. Don't just think of it in the negative. Try to turn it around and see the positive of it. Like, you can still socialize with people just from a distance. So you find new ways to do that. And some of that may carry over after this is over. We might find out that, hey, getting on Skype or whatever and doing video chats with people from all over the world is something we want to do on a more regular basis. And then you start doing it so you see people's faces and not just hear their voices. I don't know. I'm really interested to see what will come of this in the end. And I'm not talking about the morbid part. I'm talking about the good part. Like, the environment is doing better because we are staying inside. Like, pollution has gone way down because we are staying inside. Like, there's at least 2 species of animals that people thought were extinct that have come out from hiding because we've been staying inside. And people, saw them out a window. Like, there's a bird. I don't remember where that one is. It's some kind of kingfisher. It's like a miniature king. I don't know. Look up extinct kingfisher. I'm sure you'll find it. It's a beautiful, colorful bird. It's gorgeous. And there's some kind of cat. I don't remember the name of it. But some kind of wild cat thing that they thought was extinct. It's not. Yeah, there's so many interesting things about this whole situation. So I'm interested in just what the takeaways are going to be after it's all said and done. But for now, let's ride it out the best we can. Keep taking those precautions. Keep everybody safe. Keep yourself safe, because I care about all of y'all. I don't want to hear about any of you die. I mean, clearly I don't want to hear about any of you die. And if you do end up getting sick, like, I'm not going to be mad at you. Like, take care of yourself. I hope none of you do get sick, though, because it's no fun, even if you don't get super sick from it. Because the mild case is very mild. Some people have described it as even less, or milder than the flu. And I just had some kind of flu thing back in, was that February? Yeah, in February. And that was no fun. So if this is less than that, cool. Like, I don't mind losing my sense of taste and smell for a few days. Like, big whoop. I don't know all the symptoms. I just know that's one that I heard. And I was just like, whoa, that's interesting. But I'm just, like, don't be so scared of getting it yourself. If you are a healthy non-smoker, you'll probably be just fine, especially, you know, in the good age range. Like, I don't know how young is too young. Like, probably just babies are the ones at risk. Like, toddlers and up are probably fine. Let's say toddlers to 60, healthy, non-smoking, and no pre-existing conditions like diabetes or whatever that somehow make this worse. You'll be fine. Just take some cold medicine, whatever. Drink a lot of tea. You'll be fine. Not trying to, like, scare y'all off from that. If you get it, you'll be fine. But I do worry about all of our parents' generation, our grandparents, all of that. And people who do smoke, you know. If any of you smoke, now might be a great time to quit. I'm just saying. Because this is not the only virus or disease out there that is complicated by being a smoker. It makes things harder for your body to recuperate from in general. So, anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not trying to judge y'all at all. If you smoke, whatever. Just be extra safe if you do, because you are the one that is more at risk of ending up in the hospital if you get it. So, okay, that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to stop, because wow, that went way longer than I expected it to. And this was supposed to be just a slightly long video, and it ended up being whatever this is. But hey, I got to pet my kitty cat. She's happy, she's purring, she's licking my fingers, so some extra cuddle time with Wisp while I talk to my friends. But yeah, leave me some comments. Let me know what y'all would like to see, and if I have the energy to do it, I will do it. Because what else have I got to do? No, I'm kidding. I really do have projects I'm working on all the time. But I'm happy to put those aside and do some Rainbow Brite stuff, because colors make you happy, and being around all of this when I ignore the pile of stuff that needs to be put away does make me happy. So coming up here, having a good excuse to come up here and talk to y'all is a good thing. And also, now I can start putting this stuff away, y'all. Like, that's a big deal. I don't know that I feel like doing that today. And it's the weekend. I should probably actually spend some time with my husband. But yeah, during the week, I think I'm going to spend some extra time away from the computer, cleaning and putting things in a proper spot, which is going to feel so good. And, you know, I'll probably uncover like 5 other things I forgot to show y'all in the process. But if I do, I'll just put it in a pile and we'll get to it later. But yeah, that's all for today. I love you guys so much. I really do. I hope you're doing good, and I hope your loved ones are doing good. And, yeah, until next time, have a rainbow day. Bye.